Umentri rang ba ke Jylla kondot sangmau la pente bhayeng dorbar. Haka arpho terek ujimbang arhajar arpho ka bade kesengi jong kejinga syong biang ya ka dorbar mang tingka bahadu menta kesengi ladon hadu nyo hajar san phongor ki Nong Meghalaya ki blapoi haka Jylla nagi Jylla bapher. Ukondot sangmau la pente bru ba ka sarkar kamla pun biang nur ki jakasa ki jaka balabo ka sarkar. Naga taga daw la penchlo ki shinong banpu ki community quarantine center haga ba ka sarkar kan IGR rapsan hajar tingkai ki center ki patrekam ne ki badan ki nongsa.
For the next phase, as it came out in the papers today, we intend to conduct 2 tests. The first test will be the rapid test which we do. After the rapid test is done, we will also be doing the PCR test for all the people who will be coming in from now on, and they will be kept in the institutional quarantine till the results of the PCR tests come out. Only once the tests of the PCR come out, then further the SOPs that are prescribed will be followed. I would also like to state here that Honorable Member had mentioned about institutional quarantine and community and home quarantine. As prescribed by Government of India and the Home Department, it is home quarantine that has been prescribed. But as we are aware, situations are different in different states and different in different localities. Therefore, keeping in mind that every locality and every state cannot have the similar facilities, the government of Meghalaya is flexible when it comes to these kind of situations. Though we still recommend home quarantine because we still feel that that is the safest way, a lot of localities have come forward with community quarantines. So in those areas, we are allowing the communities to take the lead and to ensure that these community quarantines are maintained. Institutional quarantines for all the 8,000 to 9,000 people coming in would be next to impossible, simply because it requires individual rooms with separate toilets for each of these for each of the rooms, and such kind of infrastructure throughout the state for such a large scale of people, and to keep them for 14 days minimum, that is the required mandatory quarantine, and 14 days of self-quarantine is something that would be almost next to impossible. And that is the reason why we're going for this process. But let me assure you, Honorable Speaker, sir, that once the test that we are conducting, ensuring that we do a rapid test, which is an antibody test, and then at the same time we also follow it up with a PCR test. I think these 2 tests being done together almost can be a very, very strong mechanism and a protocol which will ensure that the person is negative. And of course, there'll be procedure post that in 10 days also to test again, which is part of the protocol. Number 11, sir, the appropriate action will be taken by the Health and Family Welfare Department as per protocols regarding treatment of COVID positive cases or follow-up of the home quarantine cases. And number 12, free provision kits for households of individuals returning to the state is provided under the Chief Minister's special grant. Here I would also like to state, since the Honourable Member had mentioned, that financial support be given to these community quarantine centres. I would like to mention out here that these free provision kits are meant for individuals who are returning home. So if they are in home quarantine, then this will be given to them at home. If they are in the community quarantine, then the community, the headmen's, the nokpas or the rangbashnongs, they will be given these particular free provision kits so that they can make arrangements for food and other basic necessities for these individuals who have come. At the same time, the government has also decided that every active community quarantine places, so wherever the community has taken initiative to put up a community quarantine center and it is active in the sense that there are people who are staying there, the government has decided that from the money that has been received from the public, which is through the Chief Minister's Relief Fund, that 5,000 rupees per community quarantine centers will be given to each of these active community quarantine centers as a one-time grant from the Chief Minister's Relief Fund. So till 19th of May 2020, 2:30 p.m., about 6,830 numbers of citizens have returned from states like Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Delhi, West Bengal, and almost all northeastern states. I had just checked the online database which we have. As you're aware, sir, that we are ensuring that this thing is monitored online. So I can check the information as we speak, and I just checked it before I got up to speak. And the numbers at that point showed 77,050. So that is what the numbers are, and these numbers are being maintained online. The information that is entered at the gates is immediately entered into the database, which then can be accessed real time by all the officials and the ministers concerned.